What's up, guys? This is your boy Jalen here on another episode of Elevated Minds, and today's episode is going to be called When a Man Must Submit to His Woman. Because here's the thing, we always hear all this stuff about all over the internet. Oh, these women don't want to be submissive. You know, all these men, oh yeah, these women are too hard, they're this or that, pointing all these fingers. At the end of the day, do you know that submitting goes both ways? When you're married, when you're in a relationship, you have to submit to each other. It's not just what the man says goes. No, you're not always going to be right. Your lady is your partner. You're not above her. Just because you're the leader doesn't mean that you're above her. Do you know what a leader does? What an actual leader does? They lead by example, but they're not pointing fingers like, oh yeah, you need to do this. You're not like an authoritarian boss. Like, that's not what it is. A leader is someone that's going to work with the other person. You're becoming a partner. So that we have to learn that in relationships, it's not just the woman's job to submit. The man has to submit as well. 1000%. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it right now. So, number one, when you're listening to your woman and she needs your full attention, you're submitting to her. She's got to tell you about her long day. She's had a rough day at work. She's had all this stuff going on with her girlfriends. She's got stuff going on with the kids. She's got stuff going on all over the place. When you're listening to her, you're submitting to her. Because, hey, you don't got to listen to any random woman on the street, right? If a random woman is going to talk about her problems, you're not like obligated to listen to her. But your woman, you know what I'm saying? Your piece, your other half, you want to listen to her. You want to submit. That's what submitting is. You're taking the time to give your masculine presence to her. She needs your energy. She needs your attention. She needs this masculine energy right now. You have to listen, and this is you submitting to her. A lot of people don't realize this, and a lot of guys wonder. So many of these guys don't have sex in the relationship, and they wonder why. Because you're not submitting to her. Why would she submit to you when you're not submitting to her? In this moment, she needs you to listen to her. And if you can't do that, then you're opening the door for her to close her legs. You're telling her that you're not submitting to her. So why would she need to submit to you? You got to do your part as well. Like, this is what a lot of guys have to realize. So when your lady needs your attention for something important, I'm not talking about, when she needs it all the time. I'm saying, but there are certain moments where you're going to need to give your woman attention. That's what it is. I know I talk about purpose and all this stuff, being purpose driven and being on that, but when it's time to pay attention to her and listen, you need to do that. You need to give full on, a lot of guys like to be on their phone or watching TV while you're talking to a girl. Actually, like, face her, talk to her, look at her in the eyes. So that's how you guys keep connection. That's how you keep connection. And you know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're giving her your undivided attention, not like some half-assed attention. So that's number one. Number two is when you're protecting your woman. So look, we can protect our ladies in so many different ways. Women can protect their men in so many different ways as well. But when you're protecting your woman, you're submitting to her. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. There's a random woman in the middle of the street, and she's like 5 blocks away, and somebody stole her stuff and they run in that way. Are you going to go and run after it? You're not really that obligated to, right? I'm just saying, like, using this as an example. But this happens to your woman right here. She might even be across the street, but some dude runs off with her purse. What are you going to do? You're going to go and run after it. That's submitting to her. You're doing what you're supposed to do as her husband, as her man, as her boyfriend, whatever you are. When you're protecting her, that's what you're doing. And same vice versa. She's submitting to you when she protects you as well. And like I said, protecting doesn't have to be physical. It can also be emotionally, like in public. If somebody's ridiculing your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend in front of other people, and you step in to say, hey, you're not going to talk to them like that, that's protecting. And you're submitting to them in that protection, because you don't have to stick up for just anybody. If you will, if you're a nice person, that's what's up. But I'm saying, you're submitting to this person, your other half, your wife, your girlfriend. When you're protecting her, you're stepping up. But this is your opportunity to bring out that masculine energy of protection. You know what I mean? So that's really what that is. You're submitting to her by giving her your energy in this moment, by providing your service. So that's number 2. Number 3, when you're wrong, listen, us dudes are not always right. I know the women ain't always right, but us guys are not always right. And at the end of the day, we have to apologize when it comes to that. And when you have to do that, when you have to literally apologize to your woman, you have to say, hey, babe, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. You're submitting to her. Just like if a woman does that to you, she's submitting to you as well. But literally, that's what's going on. Like us guys, we have egos and we like to feel like we're on top and we're the dominating force and all this stuff. But it's like there's a time where you have to retract some of that masculine and like, hey, the divine masculine has to understand that there's also feminine energy in there, and that is the soft part of it. You have to really literally admit that you were wrong. You have to literally say, hey, that was my fault, babe. I messed up. I apologize. I'm sorry. And really mean it. Not like, the thing is, a lot of guys don't know how to apologize, and a lot of guys don't really like to admit that they're wrong. And it takes a man in his masculine to admit that he's wrong and to apologize for it and to actually change his behavior. If you actually change your behavior, that's the real thing. That's the real kicker. That means you're really in your divine masculine. You're not just finding and identifying the problems. You're actually finding the solution to it and actually applying the solution, actually changing the problem so that you and your woman can have a more harmonious relationship. Because a lot of times that's what the problem is. A lot of guys don't want to admit that they're wrong. A lot of guys don't like to apologize and say, hey, babe, I'm sorry. That was my fault. My bad. Some women have never heard their man say that. That's the crazy thing. Imagine that. You done been in a relationship for 3 years and this person's never admitted that they're wrong. Guys, I'm telling you, when you can be honest with a woman, when you can really, and that's a vulnerability right there. When you can admit that you're wrong. I'm not even playing. Ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. When a man can admit when he's wrong, is that not attractive? Tell me if I'm wrong. Because every time I admit that I was wrong to one of my exes or something like that, we got in an argument, that was a huge turn on for them. They were just ready to pounce right after that. You know what I mean? So like, there's something that a lot of men need to really learn is you want to have a better relationship with your wife, girlfriend, whatever. Start to admit when you're wrong and apologize and change your behavior and see how that does something for you. This is submitting, and it's a positive way to submit to your woman. Now, this one is the most important, I believe, and this one is providing a safe space for her, being her safe space, being her rock, holding her emotions. This is very important when it comes to a man in his divine masculine, providing his presence. A lot of times people think that this providing that we talk about is financial. And yes, part of it is financial, but I'm also talking about emotional. This is where the women stay. If you can't provide a safe space for a woman, if you can't be her emotional rock, if you can't be her safe space, a woman will never submit to a man that she does not feel safe with. That's just the fact. When you can give her a safe space for her divine feminine to come out and flourish and be that soft, eminent, beautiful, sweet, amazing woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't provide that, then she'll never submit to you. That's just what it is. So when you're doing this and when you're providing that safe space, you're submitting to her. It's literally like a yin and yang. The masculine and the feminine, they literally go hand in hand with each other. That's what we really need to understand, guys. If guys can understand how to really properly love a woman, a lot of more women will be happy. That's what we need. We need more happy and fulfilled women in this world, because the women are the magical ones. That's what we really don't understand. Women are very powerful. But the problem is, there's so many men out here that are mishandling a lot of these women. Some women are just on their own stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about those, but the good ones, some guys are just mishandling these women. And so that's why I really just want to talk about, guys. We have to learn that we got to submit to the women too. It's not just your word goes and this is, you're in command. It's like, this is like a leadership, but this is also a co-leadership in a way. You guys are partners, you know what I'm saying? So yes, you're the man and you're saying you want to lead, but you got to know when to listen to your woman, because listen, she's your right wing. You know what I mean? She's going to see some spots that you can't see. She's going to see the blind spots. She's going to be able to say, hey, this dude over here, he does not mean you any good. That girl over there, she's trying to get at you. this girl over here, no, she's a good one. Oh, this one, this right here, this person, you should show them more respect. You should show them, more love. Women are intuitive. They can catch when a person's really good for you and when they're not. So you need to learn how to listen. Your lady is also your second pair of eyes. She can, like I said, she can see things a little bit more spiritually than us men. We're not as sensitive to that as women are. So that's what I'm saying. When women are in their divine feminine, and you can literally give her that space to be that. That's what I'm saying. That's something different. When you can let that come out, she's gonna love on you. I'm telling you, when a woman feels heard, understood, and safe. Heard, understood, and safe. Tell me if I'm wrong, ladies. You be putting it on them. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. If a man makes you feel understood, heard, and safe, you already know what it is. So I'm telling you guys, like, this is what we need to learn how to do. We need to learn how to properly love women. We need to learn when it's time to submit to your woman. And what I'm saying? We just need to become better men in general. We need to strengthen our mental. We need to get strong mentally, spiritually. Hey, it doesn't hurt to get strong physically either. and brush up on your communication skills and relationship skills, and learn where your faults are. Learn the things that you kind of fall short on, and then work on it. Because when you do find the right queen, you do find that lady in her divine feminine, and you know that she's the one, then you're going to be ready for her. You're not going to fumble her. You're not going to mishandle her, because you're going to know what to do. So I hope I provided y'all some value on this episode. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, share this video with anyone you think that will enjoy it. And all of my stuff's going to be down below in the description box. Thank y'all once again for watching. I appreciate you guys, and stay blessed, stay elevated.